Hi gang, as you can see in front of you is a picture of a Sukhoi Su-27 flanker, and this was the model, well this was the plane I was going to model for SteveTheFish.net's flanker group build. Unfortunately I had a bit of a problem. It was taking me ages anyway. For some reason I just, what with Christmas, New Year and everything else, and being a little bit ill and all that sort of thing, it just took a long time. And then I had double glazing put into the house. Lovely double glazing, honestly. I can't hear a thing outside now. And in the hoo-ha of moving things round and all that sort of thing, I sort of trod on the box. And then when I opened the box and I saw that the plastic was split, what with all that going on, I really just put it in the bin. And then Steve the Fish got in contact with me and said, how's that group build going? How's that build going? I thought, oh god. Oop. And I thought to myself, you know what, I better buy another kit. So I did. And this is it, and hopefully it's going to turn out better than the last one, which, to be honest with you, I just didn't feel it. The kit just didn't do anything for me, so hopefully this one will. Anyway, just a moment if you would. So here's the kit. Yeah, I've gone for a smaller scale. The Efforts kit I had was 1/72, and I thought, what with time remaining and things, and I really want to build this for, I keep calling him Steve the Fish, he won't be too pleased, sorry. But anyway, this is it. It's a Revell 1/144 scale, so quite small. Su-27 flat flanker. It actually has 48 parts, which, to be honest with you, isn't bad at all. So that's the one we're going to do right now. And when I say right now, I mean we're going to start this right now. This reminds me, actually, you know, when I was a kid, I used to get my pocket money from my dad. And I used to go out and go to Woolworths usually, and Woolworths used to have some model kits. Not a lot. They used to have Airfix 1/72 and Matchbox kits and things of that sort. And I used to buy a kit, rush home, and literally within a few hours build it and sort of have it flying like that, you see, and then show it to my dad. And my dad was obviously say, really nice kit, yeah, it looks like a good aircraft, blah 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 blah. But he'd always say, why is it pardon me, why is it grey? Because I wouldn't paint it. Hadn't got to that stage, and so he bought me some paints, some Hombrel paints, and I started painting models, and it did make a difference. But I used to do all that in the same afternoon, Saturday afternoon, build a kit, have it flying, as it were. So this feels like this, you know, getting a small kit and see how long it takes to build. So I'll see you in a bit, I suppose. First things first is to, actually, let's have a look at the kit. Oh, silly sausage. There we go. There it is. It's on 2 screws. It looks quite cool. Sorry about the light. I'm gonna have to get some more lamps for the bench, you know. I tell you, these aren't too bad though. Doesn't look like there's a pilot in there. I can't see one, and I do like to have my aircraft flying, as in showing to be in flight, as it were. Don't like them sort of on the deck, you know what I mean. Anyway, that's cool. We've got installations and decals. Mustn't forget the decals. There we are. Hope that is, they look okay. Very small. Not many of them actually. Installations. There we go. Sukhoi. Let's have a look there. Revell Germany. Instructions, so they're all in colour. Oh, they're all very boring. I find instructions so boring. But I suppose it's one of those necessities. Anyway. Cool. Let's have a look at the... Oh, there we go. And we've got the colour call-outs and things. That's going to be interesting to paint, especially as... well, I'm doing this this afternoon simply because it is really rough out there at the moment. It's windy, it's blustery, it's squally, it's rainy, it is really nasty. So I thought, you know, why not? So I'm not doing anything else for the afternoons, and let's see how far we can get. So there we go, the Sukhoi. First things first, let's get this cleaned up and see how we go. Okay, see you in a bit. So what have we done? Okay, we put pretty much everything on the airplane. Well, not everything. There's some things we need to paint separately. I've used this blue paint, which keeps slipping off there. There we go. This blue paint as a... well, not as a primer. I put primer on first and then put this blue painter on, and then on top of that we're going to put different types of grey. I quite like it. It's a... do I like it? Yeah, it's not bad. It's a really cheap paint which I'm not going to use again because if you're not careful it runs like mad. So we've done that. What else we did? Painted missiles and the nose cone. Where's the nose cone? Over here. There we go. Just with some... I'm using these paints at the moment, although I used that 151 paint for the blue and some just general primer for the primer. So the plane, the kit, it was alright. It's fiddly because it's small. Doesn't come with the pilot, which I think is a real shame. But there we go. And also things like the air brake on top there, I had to sand it like mad just to get the thing to fit. But you always find things of that sort, and the same with a few bits and pieces at the bottom there. I think I'll put the missiles on. I've painted them now, so may as well. So the next stage is to do the camouflage in different types of grey, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to use the hairy stick for that, so brush painting. Oh. Yeah, so you can see it's a bit of a mess, but everything's working pretty well. Got the canopy on. There's no pilot, unfortunately. A bit silly, but there we go. I was going to put some piece of plastic in there to because it's so small that you wouldn't see it. It wasn't a pilot. It would be just a figure. It looks darker through the lens than it is in reality, actually. Got the missiles on there as well. It's had a gloss coat, all done by brush, which is, I haven't done that for years. So looking good. Oh, it has a nose cone on as well. The engine doodahs, nozzles, what the hell they're called, they're on. So it's all coming along, all very glossy, quite nice like that actually. So we'll put that over there. That's going to get a bit of a wash in a second, or am I going to put the... I think I'll put the decals on first, then we'll give it a bit of a wash. Got the stand, it's got two holes where I'll show you what they're going to be later once I've drilled it. I just made these pilot holes first. I like these little wooden stands. You can get them for figures, but for smaller aircraft and things of that sort, they're perfect, you know, I'll tell you. And you can buy them in like bags of 10 and very, very good. What else is there? And that's it for the time bit. So, be back in a second again. Okay, so I'm calling it a day on this. It's been a few hours. Let's go out a bit. If we can... there we go. But it has the shape. It's nice and small. I quite like it. Oh yeah, base. So that's more or less done. It's nice and glossy, as you can see. It's more or less done. I did the base, as I said, I showed you before, one of these bases, and I put two holes in, and this is a lolly stick. And so what I wanted to do if this works. Let's put that in there. Should go more or less down the same way. Let's get that out of the way. And there you go. And shall I leave it there? I'll put some pictures on at the end of the video. And there we go. I was going to put something on here if I can find something on the box or the instructions, like just to show what it is. You could actually put it the other way, actually. I might go over the plane with a... Hey. No, maybe not. That'll make you ill, wouldn't it? I may go over the plane with some more... Oh, come on. What you call it? X28, just to get maybe more of that off, because I think I overdid it a little bit. But there we go. Looks quite coolish. It's just an afternoon build. I quite enjoyed it. Bit of fun, really, you know, a bit of fun. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'm glad to answer them. I'm not the best modeler in the world. I just do this because, well, this afternoon, for instance, I was doing this and watching the IndyCar in St. Petersburg, and also the Formula E as well. So I had a really good time watching that and building this, having the odd mishap, experimenting here and there. So it was all very good. Anyway, we're going to put some proper photographs at the end of this waffle, and I hope you like it.
Di la ba don da da si la mongo la la don da di la lon don go boom he la do ya da ga la boo la la mon da la ba he la bo he la ga da jo la hum va da ji la ma da no ha la la bo hey wa da li la ma no la 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 di la la ya do no